of the lack of our training down that we know that what happened in the last match. So do you consider not being able to train there ahead of the game as a big disadvantage for the team?
No, no, not at all. Actually, these are the things that, speaking about ISL organization, you have to adapt. You have to deal with it, and you know that sometimes when you go for away games, and there were a couple of times this season, the examples where actually when you go there, you don't get the, let's say, normal quality pitch provided for your training session, but you have to deal with those things. You have to accept that, to adapt. Of course, the ISL has to manage those things for the future, because it is very important for the improvement, not only teams who are traveling and playing away games, but also for the domestic teams to have quality training grounds, training centers, because it gives you better quality of your work, improvement of young players becoming better. And this is the unbearable truth, like the fact of every football club worldwide. You must have a training ground, you must have a training pitch or training center if you want to have serious club and serious organization. Otherwise, you will never reach the high levels, you will never reach the high points. All the things that you maybe manage or reach, it will be, let's say, spontaneous success for one season, maybe, then dropping down again, like it was the case maybe with Kerala Blasters in the past. This year we saw maybe the example of Jamshedpur having difficulties in the second year after reaching semi-finals and getting the shield. So this kind of thing, if you as a club want to work with consistency, you must take care about it. Training center, training grounds are the asset of your club, and with those things you can attract better players. Tomorrow speaking about coaches and because believe me, in Europe, the first thing when you approach as a club to one player or a coaching staff, no, the first thing and the first questions you get as a club: do you have a training center? Do you have a training ground? And so these kind of things are really important. I suppose that here, if we speak about improvement of ISL, of this league, a beautiful competition and everything, I think that it must be the next step for every club who wants to compete on the highest level of ISL. So hope that it will be settled in the future, because many teams are suffering because you have to travel a lot, sometimes changing 2 flights when you go there and you don't get the field provided. So, but you have to deal with it. It's not excuse, of course. We managed to have a training session this morning. Today we fly, tomorrow we play. So we have to deal